Can I win a game of chess without resorting to any gambits or opening traps? That is what we are going to try to figure out today, because I just sat down and I played a longer rapid game of chess. This is a 10-minute game, and a lot of people have been asking me, so this video is not going to have any gambits, and I know there's a lot of people out there that have said, hey, we like you not for the gambits, which I mean, I honestly couldn't believe that these people agree, but unfortunately, while I was recording this video, the first 30 seconds or so, the audio got scuffed, and also unfortunately, the last analysis portion of it actually got scuffed as well. So I'm throwing out the analysis, but for the rest of the video, the audio is going to be good, and I'm going to let Jonathan here take over. We got a French defense on the board. Enjoy. That I think you're going to like, so please subscribe to the channel for more. But for now, let's play the MacCutcheon variation of the French. This is a variation that I actually do honestly like very much for black. Here I've fallen into this pin, but h6 is how I'm able to rescue my knight. And then bishop going back to d2 is most popular. Sometimes the bishop goes to other squares, and sometimes people are taking my dog out for a walk at an inopportune moment because I'm trying to record a video upstairs, so any noises you're hearing is a dog. Now here I like king f8. I know g6 is an alternative move here for black, but the main idea here is I'm going to be bringing my pawn out to c5. We've got this structure. Whenever this bishop comes to challenge me, I'm going to swap and take this guy. And our ultimate long-term goal is to fend off whatever kind of checkmating attack that the opponent might try to throw at us, no matter how the opponent tries to do it. Sometimes this knight comes all the way to here and the rook slides over. Whatever they throw at us, we want to be able to handle it. Now, they've done this without bishop to d3. And the problem is, when the bishop comes here, usually you swap and then you play c4. Here, I don't want to waste time playing c4. But they have to do something about this knight before they can bring the rook where they usually do. Okay, so I'm just going to bring my knight out to c6 like everything is normal. I'm going to be playing on this side of the board, locking it up, and then eventually expanding and trying to break through on the queen side. So I want to not get checkmated. When they attack my knight, I take here, and then I attack this guy. If I don't play c4, then this rook is going to come here, and when I go here, this bishop is going to come in and infiltrate, which is not a very good thing to happen. But now my idea is to eventually play here while also managing what white is going to potentially throw at me. So let's see if we can put all this together. I am going to start with b5. If a4, often an interesting idea is to take and then immediately play a5. And if they go here, I'm going to be using my rook to prevent this checkmate. And I would expect at some point this knight, my arrows. Knight starts coming this way. Sometimes with the queen comes back so they can threaten some stuff. Sometimes not. This makes sense, this makes sense, this makes sense, this makes sense. A lot of options that you can actually go for here as black. I'm going to go here and here. Sometimes this rook actually comes to a7. There's a lot of variety. Okay, this is some indication that they would like to drop a knight. I'm so bad with arrows today. They would like to drop a knight here and humiliate me. That's my takeaway from that move. But I don't think I need to panic yet. I play rook here, trying to play for b4. And this king actually usually tries to walk all the way to here, believe it or not. So let's put our queen here. This means our knight can't go here. We could put the queen here, but I think that's where the king goes. And we actually slowly mosey the king over to c7. You know, keeping everything protected, of course. And then when we play b4, imagine this position where all of this stuff got traded, you know, and let's imagine I take back. It becomes actually very hard to get at the king. Well, let's take it one step at a time. I feel like I've been here a million times. But one step at a time. If we get there, you'll understand what I mean. That the king is actually very safe on c7, is what I'm trying to get up to. Let's go here. The opponent is trying to break through. Sounds fine with me. So I'm just unpinning this f-pawn here. And I suppose I am going to take this. If I just take and then I play b4, I feel like a lot of good things are happening here. This rook will now have this file that maybe it will try to do stuff on. But I'm going to push forward with b4 now, trying to break in. Opponent goes off for just a second. And if he takes, I have a variety of different ways that I can take back. And it also really could weaken this pawn at some moment if he does decide to take. And if ever he goes here, you're making it more possible for me to infiltrate. And I also have the idea of pushing to try to figure out. But we've played sort of like the normal standard stuff. This is an interesting move by the opponent. I have to figure out how I want to deal with this. So I could take, I could protect, I could push. And should try to come up with the right course of action here. Because the opponent's trying to open it up, which makes sense. Also, I could take here. Can't take with the king because it's mate in 1. So I will take this first before we decide to do anything else. Seems sensible enough to me because I don't think they want to take. If they take with the rook instead, then I might have more options available to me. So I think, yeah, I think they're just going to back up. And at some point, I'll be able to go here, which could end up being nice. But first things first, I actually want... Okay, I want to initiate a bunch of trades. Because if a bunch of trades happens, then this d pawn might be lost. Maybe some knight f3. But I think the answer is here. This is the first really hard position for me. But I think the answer is here. There's also knight here, which is funny, but probably wrong. Let's play rook f8. And then if all of these trades were to occur, this pawn would be weak. So the knight would have to come out, and then I'd have the option of bringing my rook in, followed by my knight. I think it would work out quite well for me. For now, the knight is defending against some future rook trade. Okay, interesting. So I guess f6 or f5. f5 also. Pawn takes, we take back with a rook. Then there's going to be more potential here with this e file. Let's see. Takes, takes. If takes, takes. I think we're doing fine. Queen will come here, putting pressure on this pawn. So probably knight f3 would need to be played there. We'll need to be pretty cautious, obviously. Opponent keeps disappearing in between moves. Doesn't mean anything. I'm just pointing out something that's happening. Where do they keep going? I don't understand why they keep disappearing and then they're coming back. It's just scary for some reason. So this is like some option, but probably is wrong. If I take here and you take with a queen, then this pawn would be hanging. Queen could take here. Where's this knight headed? So I also have this move, attacking the queen. Followed by knight here. I don't know why this wouldn't be very good for me. I'm trying to figure it out. Because e5 is obvious enough. The opponent saw it. What is wrong with e5? I honestly don't know. e5 with the next move being here against any queen move I can see. Okay, I'm going to play e5. My opponent has left the game. They're back. I'm attacking the queen. And I want to take this. Probably with a knight. Attacking the rook and this pawn. So here. Then if rook takes, I can take back. If here, I can move my king. Which I think is fine. I feel like my opponent is saying there's some problem. Oh, maybe there is. Check here. Here. I can go here. And I think everything is safe. Okay, I take this pawn. I'm expecting to get checked first. But I could imagine something else. I could imagine rook takes being played. Because if queen takes, then you go here, then I go here, it's still fine. Because their queen doesn't have... Oh, no, but then this would be hanging. Okay, let's figure this out. Because you want to take back with the queen if possible. And I go here. Then you go here. Well, it might have a point. If I take here, though, then they can check. If I go back, they can push. Maybe this is a problem. How do I get out of this? Wait, this is actually a very big problem. I take, they go here. I go here. You give a check, I move my king. Here. Yeah, I think maybe this is the way. Okay, let's try this. So check, I'm going here. And if rook check, I'm going here. And then I don't know, maybe his rook's coming in. It actually, it's a lot more dangerous than I thought this would be at first. I've grabbed all the material that I can. And at some point, it will be me that makes threats as well. Ah, it starts with this one. Makes enough sense. This is my most direct move. Also here. Also direct is here, forcing this, then going here. Okay, let's figure this out. We got time. Actually, is there, if I start with this, I'm trying to look for a way to force the queen trade. Like, I'm trying to go here, but then I'm, you know, almost made it. I'm going to have to retreat here. Rook also might be coming in here. Okay. Here. Don't think that leads anywhere. But let's figure it out. Because if king takes, I can force a queen trade. Might be losing this pawn, though, but this knight would also be hanging. And if king takes, then I can go here. So, wait. If queen takes... Sorry, this is the one that we should... Well, then he's not going to win any... Then I'm going to win his knight, or maybe not. I take here. I hope I'm not missing something tactical here, but I am starting to feel time pressure creep in. Now I trade queens. Now I'm on his knight. So at the end of this, I'm on his knight. So hopefully I have time to protect this pawn, but maybe I don't. Because he can just move his knight, but where? My knight prevents his knight from going to a lot of squares. Here. It doesn't... What? So I take this knight. Now here, I suppose. And all we got to do is stop this pawn and we win. Let's stop the pawn. We got to move. We got to start playing a blitz game here, though. I mean, he can check and push. Still not over. We got to make some big decisions with not a lot of time here. Okay. I want my king up here more, I guess. Just in case this pawn gets attacked, I want to be able to protect it. Yeah, I think that's a good move by him. Actually, maybe my knight goes here. I'm trying to go here, but he doesn't have to react to this in any way. It's not so obvious how to break through. I'm going to start by just getting my king as active as possible. Okay. So you can keep checking, but then my king gets out. Okay. But he should never take. How do I break through here? Don't see it. It's real tricky. Hard for me to attack this twice. I can imagine that it's somehow possible, but it's not obvious to me. Let's go back for a second. I can get my knight here. If I can get my knight here, that would be amazing. So I'd have to get to this square. Okay, so the path has been located. I need to put my knight on b2. That's where it belongs. Because then I'm threatening to push and promote. Okay, cool. I think we're actually going to make it there. King goes this way, I can just push. I think we win. Cool. check. Wherever the king goes, check. And if he goes that way, it's easy, because now I promote with check. He could have run the other way so that maybe there'd be some check and take the queen. Now we should be able to find a checkmate here. All right, we have done it.